never quite understand the idea when people communicate that if you're in the will of God, things will go smoothly. You see, if you're a serious believer who is concerned with doing and being in the will of God, there's often this temptation to presume that being in the will of God equals a path of ease or a path of comfort. It's not true. The reason we are concerned and we are joyful with being in the will of God is not because it is more palatable or it is more comfortable. It's simply because it is where the one who matters the most wants us to be. You don't determine the will of God by the pleasantness of the outcome of obeying the will of God. Sometimes the will of God will be more painful than your own will. That means if you had decided that God, no, but I will choose my way, that it could have actually been easier. But still, you chose his will. If you're in that category of people who judge the will of God by circumstances, please leave that group. Some people might be asking, but if it's the will of God, how come as soon as I yielded to it, people started hating and persecuting me? My dear, you don't determine if you're in the will of God by how well things are going. You can be far from his will and things are going very fine. And you can be in his will, yet things are hard. You see, the Christian walk can be very paradoxical. But here's something that should strengthen you. God always sends his resources where he sends his will. So physical resources, financial resources, spiritual resources, he sends them where his will is. So you would typically find God's resources where you find his will. No matter the comfort outside of God's will, please choose his will, choose his way.